Hi, this is Jared.
And this is Eli.
And this is Sports Jabber with the Lefties.
If you guys enjoy our videos, go ahead and like and subscribe and comment down below, right there, topics for future podcasts. And if you have friends or family who also care about the Jets or sports in general, go ahead and share our channel to them.
Okay. You want to start?
Yeah, so we're going to have two topics. But first, let's start with previewing the Chiefs versus Jets game.
Yeah. And then, let's first we should sum up because we didn't do a post game with the Jets in Buffalo. They lost.
And then
that's it for that. Now let's move on.
Gase gave up play calling duties.
Yes, well, for a little bit. Anyway,
okay, so let's move on.
Let's move on.
So I think the spread will tell you everything. The spread is 21 points. I think that's the largest I've ever seen. A 21-point spread.
I think we got a shot. I think we got a shot.
I think we got a shot.
Yeah, no, I think we can do this one. Yeah, we're pretty excited. We're actually going to be going to that game, so I'll be pretty excited to watch them. And then, right afterward, when we get home, we'll do a quick podcast on the game. But anyway,
freeze up.
That's going to be a very challenging game. We'll see. Obviously, going forward, it's really looking at, I would say, the rookies and whatever we did with free agency. I think it's kind of looking at where are we going with this, with the team?
I'm very happy with the way the rookies played because most of the rookies did play last week against Buffalo. And I was very happy with a few players I want to name. Makai Bechten. I mean, he's just a beast.
Yeah, no, good pick. Yeah. Good pick. I mean, I love the pick. I love the pick when we picked him. And he's turning out to be, I think he's going to end up being a Pro Bowl.
I was wrong. I actually didn't like the pick. I saw Tristan Wirfs on the board, and I said, why would you go for him when Tristan Wirfs on the board? Yeah. So I was wrong. I'm very happy with the way he's producing. Now let's go to a second-round pick, Denzel Mims. I thought he had a great debut coming off of 2 hamstring injuries, both hamstrings. He had 4 receptions for, I think it was 43 yards. And that was only in the first half. The second half.
And imagine if he had a good quarterback.
Yeah, yeah. And actually, no. There was one time he was open for a touchdown, but Darnold missed. He didn't realize it. By the time he did, the cornerback came to cover him. So honestly, he probably would have had 5 for like 50-something yards.
No, I think he has a lot of potential. And as I said, I don't think Sam Darnold is going anywhere. I don't think he's a good quarterback. That's just my opinion. I mean, I know we can argue about that
back and forth.
I think if he had the right coach, I think he would be an average quarterback with the right coach, but I just don't see him as a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I've been wrong plenty of times in life, and this could be another one, but I just don't see it. So, so I think if he had a good quarterback, I mean, I think that's a good pick. I think we did well with that pick. I really do. I mean, it's only one game, but, but Darnold in the second half of the Buffalo game was just horrid. So, he's not getting – I think they had one pass to him in the second half.
No, I don't think it was even to him. He had Sam Darnold had one completion, and it was not to Denzel.
No, I know it wasn't, but he had one. He had one target on the second half. So, I think if they consistently target him and as he gets into the playbook, I think he'll be a good pick. I really do. I think we did. I think we're doing okay. Listen, you're not going to hit. I mean, you're not going to hit on all your picks. If we get each year, you get 3 to 5 good players. After 3 or 4 years, you got a decent team plus your free agency. And so I think we're better than people think we're going to be next year. I don't know. So I feel like we went over it. We should talk about. They
had to put Tre'Davious White, the best man-to-man corner in the NFL, on him in order to stop him from getting passes to him.
No, we're doing well. I mean, the problem is obviously with this podcast, we're doing the Jets and they're just not good. And so we keep on talking about the same stuff. So we try to figure out things to kind of talk about that are a little different. I mean, I'm trying to get 2 podcasts a week, although we were a little long this time. So I really want to try to get consistently 2 podcasts per week. Really want to work on it. Problem is we just keep on doing the same thing. We keep on complaining that, Gase is a horrible coach and Sam Darnold, is not the quarterback. And I think Joe Douglas is doing a good job. I mean, I was talking to you about this and then, I think as far as the only person I would keep on that team is Joe Douglas. But, I think, with Robbie Anderson, honestly, that was not good. I would have probably re-signed him. But besides that, honestly, I get what he's doing. He's slowly building a team. And you know what? his picks are starting to look good, and we haven't had that in a long time. I mean, McCagnon, and it's Idzik and these.
Who was before him? I don't remember.
Idzik.
I know before Idzik.
Oh, it was Tannenbaum. But we haven't had really a general manager who's making decent picks in quite a long time. So it's going to take a little bit. I mean, you don't realize a lot of teams over the years, they have these picks and then they keep their players. We really are coming with an empty container, an empty cookie jar. So to expect us so I like what he's doing. So honestly, yes, he's made I think he didn't want to spend a lot of money last year too. I think he was trying to clean everything up. So he wasn't spending big on free agency. And so, when you pick, players who are not, are cheaper on the free agency, they're not going to be studs. It just doesn't work like that. They picked the middle to lower quality players that to kind of get the team going for this year as he's working on his rebuild. So I like what he's doing. But I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, it's just very frustrating.
And then Braden Mann, he's looking good.
He's looking good. He's decent. Yeah.
And then Bryce Huff. I want to talk about Bryce Huff. Undrafted free agent. Out of the rookie class this year, he is in the top 5 among pressures.
Yeah.
To get that out of an undrafted free agent is quite impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, it just is. If we get that every year, just like you said, 3 guys, starters, better than average, eventually we'll have a good team.
Yeah. No, and then we were talking about this. So we can talk about Sam Darnold for 2 minutes here, and then I just don't know. I mean, we previewed the Kansas game, but they're gonna get killed. I mean, we're gonna watch like 2 minutes of it, and we're like, okay, it's over. But I just hope. I don't know what to say about that. There's nothing to say. They're gonna kill us. They're such a good team. But more things of Sam Darnold, and the issue is that the problem with Sam Darnold is all the people who like Sam Darnold is in the next 9 games, right? We have a very tough schedule. He's not going to look amazing. And the problem is after the 3rd year, you have to guarantee his 5th-year option. And that's going to be $20-something million. And there's no way the Jets are going to guarantee his option. That means you're going to have to go in with your 4th year of him afterward being a free agent. There's no way you can sign him to a 5th-year option. And Joe Douglas didn't take him he didn't pick him. So he has no loyalty to him. You can see he's cleaning basically everybody out that he didn't pick. So the issue is there's no way he's not going to become, Joe Montana in the next 9 games. And the next 9 games are against very difficult teams. So he's not going to look good. So they're going to have to pick a quarterback, whether it's Trevor Lawrence or Fields. I think even if we're not 1, I think we'll be 1 or 2 or 3. So we should be able to pick one of those 2 quarterbacks.
Hopefully, if we don't get Lawrence, the only thing that I don't like about Fields is that he's from Ohio State.
Well, yes, but I'd rather have, as I was telling you, you know what Sam Darnold is. Some people say, well, we don't know, but you know what? The problem is if you go in with him as your starting quarterback for your 4th year, that means you sign him for your 5th-year option. And that means he's no longer a cheap quarterback, even if you're only paying him, because you're locked in for 2 years on him. And I don't think he has a resume. I'd rather go. What?
If you decline it this year, you still have him for the 4th year.
Yeah, but then if he has a good year, then you're paying a fortune for him. I wouldn't do his 5th-year option, and I would draft a quarterback and just end the pain, or just keep him for the 4th year. Because right now you might be able to trade him and get a pick. I don't think we should trade him now.
No. Because if we don't get a top pick, we're screwed.
No. I wouldn't trade him now. But I would definitely, if we're a top 3 pick, I want a quarterback. I'm done with this. Let's get a top 10. I don't care. I want a quarterback. Let's draft a quarterback.
Would you risk Lance? Right? Because if
honestly, I don't know enough to say that. Let's wait for the season to end. Kind of honestly, I really haven't been doing a lot of research on them. So I mean, if we're number 1, then I don't have to worry about these conversations. If we're number 3 or 4, I guess we can kind of take a look into it and dive into it a little bit more to figure it out.
I want to give my opinion.
You can give your opinion. I just haven't. I know what you're going to say that he didn't play this year and all that type of stuff, but we have to see. I mean, let's see where they pick first. Give to knock a guy. I don't feel like we know enough.
Well, I don't think we should pick Lance. I really don't. I get he's athletic, he's fast, he has the size, and he has the arm strength. But the problem is he's went to a garbage school. Let's be real. North Dakota State University is not a good school to play football at.
Well, don't be mean to them. I mean, you could say it's not, a top, college, but, there are a lot of good people going to college. Not everybody gets to go to
I'm not talking about the
Georgia.
school itself.
I know, but you don't have to, I know, but you don't have to bash the football team.
We're Jets fans. We get enough bashing.
Yeah, I know, but just be
You know,
nicer.
pain loves misery loves company.
I get it. Well, listen, okay, he didn't go to Alabama or Georgia. I get it. Okay.
North Dakota State is not a high-end school. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, well,
not a high-end school,
yes.
right? To play football.
To play football, yes.
He played 1 year, right? Because he didn't play. I'm pretty sure he redshirted his freshman year. He played his sophomore year, and the North Dakota State is not playing football this year. They did play one game as like a season opener versus one of the rivals. I think to boost his draft stock, right? Because they feel for him, right?
He probably should have transferred. I wonder if he could have transferred.
He should have. Yeah, I didn't think about that. He should have transferred.
Transferred to get because he had a big enough name, or maybe he could have transferred to a better school to see if he would have, for his career. Maybe I don't know much about it, but maybe he might have thought about that.
Yeah, because
he was rated pretty high, right? So he had a good year last year.
They were undefeated last year.
Yeah, so
in their small conference.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm sure one of the bigger colleges might have taken him. And then he could have seen what he did. So, well, we'll talk about it. Let's see where they're at. I mean, I
don't like him.
I see we're going to be. As I said, the schedule is pretty brutal. I mean, it really is. I mean, we got Kansas City this game, which they're going to get destroyed.
Then we get to see it in person. Yay.
Yes. Yeah. Then we got the Patriots. And
they suck right now.
Yes, they're not good. But I just don't see Bill Belichick losing. No matter how much I don't think he could make it losing to the Jets, especially since they haven't won one game. Could you see that happening?
No, I can't.
I mean, I could see him putting on a uniform and getting out there and playing to prevent.
As quarterback.
As he gets on there, yeah, he gets, and he'll be throwing a Subway sandwich. I mean, he'll be just throwing it at, he'll throw the Subway sandwiches at the Jets players and confuse them. They'll be like, is it football or a Subway sandwich? I don't know. What should I take? Anyway.
Well, he's obviously advertising.
Well, we might
buy Subway.
Well, listen, our receivers might play better if we're throwing them Subways instead of football. So all of a sudden they might catch them.
Because they're hungry.
Yeah, so this might be a thought. But anyway, so I rambled on.
I want to reference an old podcast. I'm going to put a thing right there, right somewhere. I think it's there. One of our first podcasts, we talked about whether Cam Newton will have success with the Patriots. You said they will.
This guy's going to rub it in here. Here we go.
You said they will. I said they will not. I don't trust Cam Newton. They should have gone for like Andy Dalton type guy. Who was right? Cam Newton is now benched in week 7.
Listen, I want you to do me a favor.
Yes.
Don't count them out yet. All of a sudden he'll get freaking hot, and then you'll look like a fool. So why don't you, before you start I just want to say put salt on my wound.
I was right. I was right.
No, you're not.
I was going to say it. Yes, it was.
I want to see the whole season.
He's been benched in week 7. That's early.
Listen. Right now you are looking correct, but let's see the whole season. And if he stinks, then you got me. Okay,
I think I already got you. I mean, it's going to be tough for him to come back because now he has to win back the starting job. I don't think they've officially benched him for the next game because I know he was benched mid-game. They have not said he's our starter.
Yes.
So, and they took him out in the fourth quarter. So I wouldn't be surprised if, you have Jared Studham.
Okay.
Because he's a stud.
Okay, well, listen, I'm not saying you're not correct. I'm just saying is I feel like it's just a little too, yes, you are.
As of now, I am.
As of now, you are. But come talk to me when the season is over. And if it is, and he still is not that good, then you're right. You win.
I win.
Yeah. And so we have different times. So I don't know what we're talking about now.
Don't forget to check that out, right? If you missed it, go rewind, and go check out that.
You can see we're kind of desperate on our talks right now. We're like rambling. We don't know. We're like all over the place. I feel like our conversations from Kansas City to players to coaches. We don't know what we're talking about.
There's nothing to talk about. We're just trying to find topics to talk about because we want sports.
Yeah, because they stink.
Yeah,
I mean they're
0-7.
0-7.
They're about to be 0-8, and if they lose to the Patriots, which we both think they will, they'll be 0-9, worst in franchise history.
I just want to get the Jets fans off the ledge because I really truly believe that they're going to be much better next year. So I mean sometimes you got to clean house and restart. And they've been doing that for 10 years, but I really feel
they've been a 10-year rebuild.
Yes, but I really feel that I'm telling you, I like the way Joe Douglas is attacking this team. And to me, that is the most important position because it builds a team. And I like what he's doing. He's clearing out everything from all these ridiculous contracts. He's working on the trenches. He's slowly doing it. And next year he's going to have a ton of money with free agency. And if the cap goes down, a lot, here's the thing. Next year, if the cap goes down, so normally when we have a lot of money in cap money, every other team gets some more money for cap money. Now, a lot of these teams, if that cap money goes down, they're going to have to get rid of players because they're going to be like, we can't afford all these players.
And we got the cap.
So they might cut some players. We might get some pretty good deals. And he doesn't, and Joe Douglas, I know he doesn't overspend. So I feel like we might get some players who might be desperate and might be able to take pay cuts because they're getting cut from their teams. They might be, I think there's going to be an overabundance of quality players in this free agency because if the cap goes down, these teams are going to be like, listen, we can't pay all these players. And we expected the cap to go up, and it didn't. So it throws everything out this year. So this might be a really good year to have
a lot of cap.
And so I think he's doing it correct. So I like what he's doing. So I have optimism. And you can, in football, you can see a stinky team, and 2 years later, they're in the playoffs and
the
Super
Rams.
Bowl. Yeah, because you can turn around quickly with your team. So if they get a good free agency class and they have another good draft class with a good quality quarterback, I mean, I could see this changing very rapidly. So before everybody gets in, I hate when they say, and one other thing before I end this thing, it drives me crazy when they say, like Trevor Lawrence, he shouldn't go to the Jets because they stink. Let me tell you something. All these top quarterbacks, they're always going to go to a stinky team. That's why that's how it works, right? The stinky team is always number 1 or number 2 in the draft. Right? I mean, it happens like Indianapolis where they had Peyton Manning and he just got injured, so they were horrible. So they were able to get, luck,
that
right?
Was different. That was weird.
But that's not typical. Normally, they're crappy teams, which is why they're in the 1st through 5th pick. So no matter what, I mean, you think Joe Burrow, he wanted to go to Cincinnati? No. Right?
Actually, maybe. He's from Ohio.
Oh, okay. So
he gets to live by
But I mean, Cincinnati's not one for, like, you know what I'm saying? So my point is that if he doesn't come out this year, and he wants to come out the following year, he's going to still get stuck with another stinky
Probably
team.
go to Washington or something.
Yeah, it's not.
It might even be worse.
Yeah, it's not like he's all of a sudden going to go to freaking like Dallas or something. He's going to go to a crappy team.
He is,
so it doesn't matter. So whatever, we'll see what happens.
Well, what I like about Joe Douglas is I want to say something about this. He's committing because before we've had general managers who will go in the rebuild like McCagnon, but then he gets an offer that he can't refuse and he takes it. He bites. He gets a good player here. He signs a big contract here, even though he's in the rebuild mode. He can't decide if he wants to go for it this year, if he wants to rebuild.
Yeah.
Joe Douglas is fully just tanking.
No.
He's not signing these big players, right? Like
I don't think he's here, and I hate this. I don't think one more minute, and then we got to go. I don't think he's tanking. I think he's just trying to clean up the team and say, okay, what is going to be benefit in the future? Because I don't believe anybody says I want even him. I don't believe you can't just go in mentality of. I mean, as fans. We have certain things. Yeah, we want to take for it. But I think he's assessing, okay, is this player going to be a player that we can use in the future? Or if not, if he's not going to be good in the next 2 or 3 years, why have him? Because he's just going to, it doesn't. So I think he's just cleaning house on what he could and just restarting all over again. I'll let you go, but then talk, and then we got to finish.
I'm done to say, so I'm just going to say this. I'm going to end it out, right? Unless you have anything else to say.
End it. End it now.
End the pain.
End it. And we will just let you know, and we will have a podcast when we get home from the Jets Kansas City game. So look out for that.
Might be a bit later.
Yeah, I was working. We couldn't get one in for the Buffalo, and then we were going to do it on Monday. But honestly, nobody cares. That's the sad part is they're getting killed all the time. So we're like, nobody's going to listen to the podcast. So you go ahead.
If you guys enjoy our podcast, go ahead and like and subscribe.
We said nobody's listening, guys. Go enjoy the podcast. Yay!
If you think the Jets suck, go ahead and like and subscribe, right? Comment down below topics for future podcasts. If you have friends or family who enjoy sports in general or the Jets, I mean, no one enjoys the Jets, but go ahead and share our channel to them.
That's like when we have like 100 subscribers, we'll give like a T-shirt or something.
Yeah.
We got to start doing some stuff.
We actually ordered Sports Jabber with Lefty shirts. When we get to 100 subscribers, we're going to give one away.
Yes.
Let's set a goal right now.
Yes.
We're going to give one of our shirts
We're going to
away.
work at it. It might take us 20 years, but we're going to do it.
Yes.
Maybe when the Jets are good.
So never?
They're going to be good someday. I feel it. Anyway, this is Jared.
And this is Eli.
And this is Sports Jabber with the Lefties.